Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back to Mary's Little House for Cindy's song number 5. This session, I want to especially, before I begin Cindy's song number 5, Peanut's here. She's very alert. He just went outside, and I just want him to make his cameo appearance before he falls asleep as I give my talk. Peanut, there's the camera right there. That's the camera we both should be looking at, not at the monitor. So Peanuts, he's very serious about his celebrity. He takes it very much, but he's humble too. He doesn't go looking for it, but he wants to say hello to everybody. He makes our lives so happy. He connects us with the joy of being alive, the joy of life, le joie de vivre. I think that's what the French say, the joy of life, the joy of God who loves us, gives us beautiful creatures like this, like Peanut here. So I just want you to see our Peanut. He's our official greeter at the door at Mary's Little House. He a little overdoes it, a little exuberance, sort of takes some people who are not used to dogs aback. But anyway, this is Peanut. Okay, I'll let him go to sleep now as I begin my session here. Cindy's song number 5. It's called December 8th, 1993. That was a very special time. I'm going to start there and go back and forth, backwards and future. But anyway, just let me describe the day, and that it's a key time within Cindy's life and a key time within the Mother of God Ministries. This is the feast day, December 8th. The solemnity of the Immaculate Conception is our biggest feast day. It's very important because this is a day when Cindy left the world, when she answered the call of our Blessed Mother to leave everything, to leave her job, her microbiology job, to leave the world, to not get a work in the world anymore, but to come to be completely dependent upon our Blessed Mother for her life and for her all that she needed. This is the time when she answered that call. So let me describe the day first, and then I'll get back to things leading up to that day and things that lead from that day. This is our big feast day, as I said. We celebrated big in Mother of God Ministries. Okay, she's at the Church of Our Lady of Lebanon in a suburb in Chicago, Illinois. It's a beautiful church. I had visited it. It's since been closed, but at that time it was a very active parish, and Cindy knew the priest there, very close to this priest that was there. I can't think of his name now, and all these things, by the way, all the details and dates and chronology will be added hopefully later on. But this YouTube presentation of Cindy's song is very sketchy, I know, but it gives a general overall view. I will think of the priest, but anyway, she was celebrating the feast of the Immaculate Conception at Our Lady of Lebanon Church in Chicago, Illinois, in a suburb in Chicago, Illinois. The Chicago people, the Chicago Catholics, will know where this is, and would give you better information about the location and the history of this church. Anyway, this day the masses were regular as usual. They had many masses during the day for the parishioners. Big feast. It's a feast of the church, and in the United States it's a holy day of obligation, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Well, during this time, besides attending the masses, the parish masses throughout the day, she was in this little chapel next to the next to the main altar and the main nave where the people are, the nave where the people are, and she was praying there between the masses. And with Father there, she was assisted by Father, witnessed by Father. She made her act of consecration to Jesus through Mary, according to the de Montfort way. This was a very solemn thing for her, and she wanted to really celebrate this. Mary called her to give her life totally to her and to the service of the church, in founding a religious family institute of Mother of God Ministries. That's the name she gave the ministry, our Blessed Mother, and that ultimately someday would consist of a cross section of the church, of priests, of religious sisters, religious brothers, and lay people in the world, both married and single. It was a religious family of priests, brothers, and sisters, religious brothers and sisters, consecrated brothers and sisters, and lay people in the world. It's an institute and a movement. Anyway, she said yes to that. She promised our Blessed Mother, who asked her to leave everything, to leave the world, leave the pursuits of the world, even not to get a job in the world, but to completely depend upon her. And anyway, she made her act of consecration at that time, and she chose, or she made this act of obedience, this act of trust, this act of acceptance of her new mission in the church of Mother of God Ministries. And so this is why we are celebrate the feast of the Immaculate Conception of our Blessed Virgin Mary as our special feast day. It's our foundation day. And I'm jumping the gun, but not only is December the 8th, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, our foundation day, it's also the day, fast forward, when Cindy died. After we had celebrated in the year 2003 the Mass of the Immaculate Conception and renewed our consecration to our Blessed Virgin, now through Mary and Joseph, because we wanted the Holy Family to Jesus through Mary and Joseph. We wanted the Holy Family all there, so we added Joseph in our consecration formula. After we had done this at the National Shrine of the Miraculous Medal in Perryville, Missouri, about 100 miles away from Belleville and from Centerville and from the Shrine of Our Lady of the Snows, we were traveling up from there to go to the shrine, to the shrine restaurant to celebrate our feast day. And on the way there, that's when our Blessed Mother, when Jesus came, and I'll tell you all about that later on, came to take Cindy she died on the way up to the back to Belleville, to Centerville, to celebrate at the shrine, National Shrine of Our Lady of the Snows. She died on the feast day of the Immaculate Conception, December 8th, 2003. So 1993, we'll get back to 1993. That's where it all began. One of the things that people wonder about and that is important to say is that Cindy was a mystic. Now she wasn't a mystic all the time. She was brought up in the Catholic faith. She had a good Catholic family life, wonderful Catholic mother and dad. She went to St. Patrick's grade school and to, I think, St. Francis High School. The Franciscan sisters were their teachers in Joliet. So she was brought up in a culture of Catholicism, but she was a normal Catholic, and a good Catholic overall. She was, but the mystical phenomenon came later on, after the unfortunateness of being separated from her husband, and unfortunately in the difficulties of marriage, she gave herself over to prayer, especially Eucharistic adoration. She would pray for hours in front of the Most Blessed Sacrament, and she knew every adoration chapel, perpetual adoration chapel in the Chicago area and Joliet area. But she found herself there praying before the Blessed Sacrament. So Eucharistic adoration was her life. Well, another thing was happening. She was getting locutions. Now, locutions is a mystical grace. We say mystical graces are graces from above. You can't, study them or to get them or to do anything about it. It's a complete, as grace is, God's grace is a complete gift. It's a complete, total free gift. Well, for her mission, God gave her this gift of hearing our Lord, the Blessed Mother, the saints talk to her within her, like words within her heart, within her soul. I will explain this later, but it's like oral communication. Oral communication, what you're doing now, you hear my voice, the vibrations come and vibrate on your eardrum and all that. That's oral, with your ears, your physical ears. But this locutions you'll hear with your heart, with your soul. It's words, but they're not sounding. It's only to the person to whom it is given. Anyway, she thought, she's a very realistic person. Cindy is a very down-to-earth person. She thought that she was going crazy with all the stress of her life, of the unfortunateness of the difficulties of her marriage. She thought she was going crazy. She was even set up to go to see a psychiatrist because she didn't know about this phenomenon. She a mystical life. But some friend intervened and said, Cindy, before you see the psychiatrist, you're hearing these voices, going a little bit, maybe a little bit over the top. Anyway, this friend recommended to send her to a holy priest and a monk, a Benedictine monk, in one of the local monasteries. And he was known for his wisdom, for his spiritual direction. And anyway, she went and shared what was going on in her life. And the holy priest, this holy monk, said, Cindy, you're not going crazy. This is of God. And you just better do what God is telling you through the locutions. And it was mainly God, through our Blessed Mother, calling her to found the religious institute and movement of Mother of God Ministries. So on that day, before the priest there, on December the 8th, 1993, she made her profession. She left the world for good. The money that she had, she gave away. The priest had a man come in and was going to lose his shirt in his family. It's a support of his family. They needed a lot of money to pay some horrible debt that was coming down on him. And this priest went to Cindy, could you help him? And she gave of her wealth that she had, and she completely depended upon not all the money that she had, but on Blessed Mother's help, on God's providence to care for her for the rest of her life. And she promised never to enter back into the work world, the professions that she had that was very lucrative, very profitable, but to leave the Jaguar, to leave the special membership in these country clubs, all the perks of a upper middle class life, and leave all of that and completely follow our Lord under the banner of our Blessed Mother, under the title of the greatest title our Blessed Mother has, and all the other titles flow to and from our Mother of God, that she's the Mother of God.